when I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro. Like, it was right there. Yo, what's good? It's your bro Lo, and I'm bringing you guys another saucy check it video. Let's get it, man. Hope you guys had a good day today. You feel me? I'm gonna go ahead and get right to the business. So we had a break-even day, right? And I'm gonna go over why I had a break-even day, the trade that I took, the reason why I took it, and the price action. You know, basically going over the trade while it's printing type shit. But let's go ahead and get right to our friendly neighborhood dollar. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and do that. So looking at US dollar, right? Looking at the daily time frame, we are bearish. The thing is, we did take out a lot of sell side liquidity, and we constantly gapped it lower multiple times and barely touched those gaps. All right. And typically Thursday is usually known for a reversal to cap off the week, right? I'm not saying there was going to be a reversal. Well, I was thinking it was going to be a reversal today, potentially, but at the same time, I was weary that price could continue to go lower, right? So with that being said, why is this doing this? Why is my screen tearing? What's going on? Let me reload. Hate when it does that. Then I gotta cut and shit. So I don't know why my screen is tearing. So with that being said, going into that hourly time frame, you had this down close candle in this FEG right here. You can see how price had went above it during 7 o'clock and then 8 o'clock, right? 8:30 really didn't run lower. And we have this gap right here. So this is gap risk to people who are selling, in my opinion. Right, also up here, which is previous daily high. I wasn't thinking it was gonna get up there, but I was thinking that it could get up to at least London's high potentially, right? And then looking at GU, we did take out a higher time frame buy side liquidity pool. Not saying that it was gonna go lower from here, you know, because that's me calling tops. But usually Thursday, I'm willing to take a risk on it potentially going lower to retrace to knock out some sell side. Now, when you look at GU, you can see that we left relative equal lows around London, and then 8 o'clock only went up and left relative equal lows again. So I was watching this FEG right here. Also, if you look at EU, we came up to a 3-month FEG, right? Now, we could keep going through that, but we came up to that on a Thursday, right? Weekly candle has already expanded to that target, to that draw on liquidity. And then we created relative equal lows with Asia and London right here, and then also with New York. You know how GU, when we go back to GU also created relative equal lows, right? So I was thinking that price can at least get down into here, low hanging fruit. We're running from that 3-month FEG. This could be high of the week. This could cap off the week. You know what I'm saying? Boom, right? Now I'm gonna show you guys the execution that I took. So I got in short with EU here at this FEG. Also, these up close candles. I'm also paying attention to that order block. I got in at that order block right here on my 50K my funded account. So I entered there right here, and then I'm in on my 300K account with the risk of $1,000 here. So we automatically got rejection off of that order block there, so that was a good sign, right, for my trade. And then we started getting a little bit of a reaction, a displacement, right? And I was expecting this to be like an order block, this to like continue and like close through this up close candle, right? And you also have this FEG right here alongside with that volume imbalance that's sitting right inside of there. So you can see that we didn't really close through there. We started trading up into it again, but this up close candle should really hold, you know what I mean? To me, we didn't really close back above it, but we are playing inside of that range, right? So I was just expecting us to basically get back through this range, this FEG, this up close candle, also and expand through this inversion FEG, which is why I had drew it out. I just deleted it. But yeah, man, we started getting more displacement there, reacting off of that order block right up in there. Good displacement. I like that reaction. I like that speed. I wanted to see a close through this FEG. I drew it out right there, exactly what I wanted to see. Close through that volume imbalance as well. All right, and then you can see we automatically just came up and retraced, almost automatically immediate rebalance this range, and then we started just reacting all in here. This trade got really choppy. You know what I'm saying? Very, very slow. I was in the middle of like, okay, maybe this is gonna continue bullish. This isn't gonna cap off the week, or nah, this is the high of the week, and then it can at least get down into here. So I was just trusting that this could let the probabilities play out for this trade, that it could continue down here, and then the price action just kept rejecting off of that order block, that range right in there. I would go into the 15 minutes sometimes to kind of see how the 15 minute look, because 15 minute kind of cleans up the noise a bit. Right, because this is very, very, very noisy. Just all of this range, right? Just constantly chopping back and forth. So, in my head, at the same time, while I was managing this trade, I'm like, yo, this could not work. But at the same time, I was like, it could work. So I was in the middle. It wasn't as high probable, right? But it was probable to me, right? So you can see I type right there, very slow to go anywhere, very choppy, right? Wasn't thinking about cutting it at all. Didn't have that feeling of cutting it. Just letting the probabilities play out. So you can see we created relative equal lows right in here on this FEG. This is a 4-hour FEG that is bouncing off of. So we're inside of this range between this inversion FEG, this FEG right here, which I'm thinking is going to be inversion, this FEG here, and then that high. You can see the 1050, 1110 macro came in. I wanted to see run lower, speed to go lower, see us hold that FEG there and leave this range, right? I wanted to see this potentially be a breakaway gap. It didn't do that, right? But it did play off of that FEG, and then we finally got a close within here. So this is good. The macro was running lower. The trade looked good, and then you can see the 830 equal lows. Now, you have 830 relative equal lows. Like, that's very clean to me. You can see we almost got close. I wanted to take two out as soon as we tapped that 830 relative equal low, or speed through it. I was going to take two off, but you can see we rejected right there and left 3 lows, like relative equal lows. So I'm going to go ahead and scaled into a position right here on this FEG, because I was very confident that it was going to come and run this 830 relative equal low, right? Because if I was in a buy here, I would not feel safe in that buy. I wouldn't think that buy would work out. I would get stopped out if I was in this buy. You know what I'm saying? So you can see we started reacting off the midnight open price. Almost was thinking about getting a partial again, right? Expecting it to speed through here. So I was just getting ready for it. I typed out what you feel safe in the buy here. I wouldn't, right? Because I would get stopped out. I swear to God. If I was in this buy, bro, I would get stopped out. So you can see we tapped midnight open price. We started going back through this FEG, very, very high compared to where that FEG is. I was thinking that maybe we're going to come back in this range. So I went ahead and moved my stop right at this FEG. So because if it completely fills that in, I wanted to see that stay open. If it completely filled that in, then I'm completely wrong on that trade. Right, but I was thinking maybe this is the breakaway gap, so maybe the middle of that consequent encroachment should hold, so bodies could play around all inside of that there and then go lower, right, and still close. So I went ahead and moved my stop right above that up close candle and went ahead and accepted a $500 loss on the 300K account if I was to take it, but I was risking $1,000. So I took a stop out there. I signed into my 50K account, so this is my 50K account. This is my entry. I had a way better entry, right? Almost took out those relative equal lows, bro. I just went on like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro. Like, it was right there. You feel me? It sucked. It sucked, bro. It sucked that I'm you know, it did that and it left that shit. Oh, it sucked that it did that and that it left that shit. You know what I'm saying? It left those lows and took me out. You know what I mean? So it took me out there, took me out at break-even day, right? Basically $5 loss, but it's basically a break-even day. You know what I mean? And the shit, it just sucked that it didn't take out those lows. You know what I mean? But you can't control that. Like, I can't really control that it left this low and it didn't take this out. You know what I mean? Maybe I could have parceled out at the bodies, but if it's relative equal lows, I'm expecting that shit to get ran regardless, right? So you can see that my break even was correct. The $500 loss, that small loss that I took, was good. Good thing I didn't re-enter on that trade, because it would have most likely I would have got stopped out. Yep, I would have got stopped out if I would have re-entered. So good thing I didn't re-enter, and my patience and discipline, I worked on it today by not getting back in. Even though I was thinking like I want to get back in, but at the same time, it rejected off of midnight open price and went higher for a reason. Midnight open price, it was low key at its final swing, bro. Like I could have just uppercutted it right there, and then it got saved by the bell with midnight open price, man. So yeah, that's it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry, my allergies messing up. I got snot dripping all over. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, sub to the motherfucking channel. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.